Tanya TKO here. I'm going to give you all a few moments to come on in. This is a pre-video. As you see, I don't have on my uniform. So we're just doing this video real quick as I do my makeup and get ready. For those of you who have been asking about the vitamin E, I'm doing what it is that I need to do behind the scenes to see if we can get a sale for Christmas. Okay? So we are also working on the vegan makeup pack, as well as the knockout earrings and the board game or card game, which will be coming next year. Card game we cannot get out before the end of this year, but we're working on that for the first quarter of next year. But we've got to get through the Christmas season first. And so I'm waiting for the text notification squad to get their text so that they can come on in, because we're going to be having a discussion today. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Hey, everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about parting ways and saying goodbye, and when you've come to the end of the road in a certain direction, etc., etc. Come on in. It feels so quiet without the comments on the screen, right? You all, oh, my captions. You all, I know I've become accustomed to the comments on the screen. Okay, there's text notification squad right there. Let's go ahead and get these comments together. Not the comments, the captions together. So welcome in, text notification squad. Welcome in. Give me just 1 second. Let me start the captioning. There's a few different videos that I want to do today, so I wanted to be able to get this video done first so that we can then jump into the other videos. I did a video late in the midnight hour yesterday, and that video was pretty much, just, hold on. I got to get the screen for the apples together, because I'll start getting apples. And I'm not expecting apples during this broadcast because we're not doing a show, but sometimes people want to send a message through. And so let me just get that together. All right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome. There's a lot of different things that we need to talk about today. There's a few different videos that we need to do today. Let me see if I can get my my Apple screen. Oh, my apples are not connected. No wonder. There's a few different things that we need to do. I'm tired. I just finished waking up from a nap, because you all know I have different shifts where I work during the day, and then I also work in the middle of the night negotiating freight charges and all of this other stuff. Someone is saying some of the comments on the screen is cut off. Yeah, unfortunately, the technology is not perfected. It's like, as we live and work through things, we have to what is going on? As we live and work through things, why is my, let's see. I wonder why my I don't know, the thing is not working for some reason. This is not the right screen. That is not the right screen. This is not the right screen. Nope. I cannot find the right screen. It's not here. What is going on? It says it's connected. Damn, this video is already messed up. Let me try this again. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place because I'm trying to do things behind the scenes that should have been done before I came on, if I wasn't just waking up from a nap, but that's fine. We're just going to be talking in this video anyway, right? We're going to be talking about coming to the end of a road with a person, with a content creator, and going about your business. So for some of you who, some people don't know what has been going on, etc., but pretty much this is basically the gist of what has been going on. There are people who have decided that they are not in tuned and in line with my message, right? And that they don't feel that I'm the right content creator for them, right? And rather than just going about their business and living their best life, they want to stop and come back to try to kick blows or throw blows from behind a nameless, faceless computer screen, et cetera, et cetera. And all I have to say about that is, listen, if there is somebody that you don't resonate with, remember, I say this all the time, ASV, absence speak volumes. If you have relationships in your life, right? If you have relationships in your life where, oh, my thing is not, I don't know what's going on. You know what? It's like I have to reconnect this thing. If you have relationships in your life where you have, let's see, if you have relationships, I'm sorry, if you have relationships in your life, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing that? Ah, okay, I see, I see, I see, I see. I see, I see, I see. Okay, I see. All right, I see, I see. Okay, so let me connect this to a different, there we go. Now the apples are up. All right, perfect, 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 perfect. It took far too long for me to do that, but that's fine. It gave everybody a few moments to come in. We're just having an impromptu conversation with one another right now. Anyway, as I get prepared for the video that I'm going to be recording today, I am going to be talking about YouTube's R. Kelly. So we have a guy who has expressed some very troubling things that we need to expose. A lot of you have been talking to me about that. A lot of you have been talking to me about Meek Mill and his bus. People have been talking to me about a few different things behind the scenes. And then Kodak Black, they say, was groping his mother. I didn't go to watch the video about that, but that sounds like a mess in and of itself. I don't know what the hell is going on out in these streets. So this is why we need to have these conversations so that we can be able to jump into the other content, because I just want to state this for the record, right? I want to state, so some people are saying that they're so lost. Okay, so let me tell you all what is going on and what has been going on, right? I participated in a panel a few days ago. And when I was on the panel, this is from the concealer. This is the concealer palette that is in my collection, which I am coming out with for this Christmas, right? So as we talk, I will be doing my makeup. So don't worry, when you get your collection, we will have a makeup party where we do our makeup together and I show you how to use all of the pieces. So don't you worry. All right. So nonetheless, right? So nonetheless, I was on this panel the other day. And when I was on the panel, there was a direction that things were going in on the panel. And I decided to present a more neutral, what do you call this? Point of view, right? More neutral, for instance, more points of view, broader depth and breadth for things that could be outside of what it is that we've considered or talking about or we're presenting, right? And then there were some people who decided, oh, well, they're going to start calling me names. They're going to this, that, and the other. And then from there, right? And then from there have actually been people who are working on trying to get a name for themselves who decided that then was the perfect time to strike. That they felt that I was in a weakened state and that was the time to strike, right? Listen. Philstein is saying, I didn't see the live, hence why I feel lost. There's really nothing for you to feel lost about. It's really I'm giving you the summation right here, right? Because there's a few other things that are going on behind the scenes that I'm not speaking about publicly, because there's certain things that I just don't do. There's certain things I just don't do. Like you won't catch me beefing and all this other stuff. You won't catch me beefing with black women. You won't catch me doing that. Can you name a time that you have ever seen me doing that? That you see me going back and forth and making videos and getting vitriolic and doing I don't do all of that. That's just not my steez. I got things that I got to do. I got a life that I'm living. You know what I mean? I got a family, I got myself, I got my business. I just don't have the time to be involved in some of that stuff. That stuff to me is small, petty, small-sighted, nearsighted, all of that, right? So nonetheless, homeless dignity challenge. No, I haven't seen that, but I hope that it's a good thing, you know. Somebody says, "Sai, I wish female content creators would have a lasting relationship." I think I'm starting to realize that there are some divots that exist in our community that leave us vulnerable to certain things because we're not addressing them, right? So I just want to say this for the record, right? If there's a content creator, if there's somebody in your life that you don't resonate with, by all means, leave that person alone and go find your tribe. This goes for if you're dating, this goes for if you're friends. I don't believe in frenemies. I don't believe in frenemies. I feel that that's a waste of your time and resource. Time is the most precious commodity that we have. And having frenemies and having people in you that have access to you that you just don't vibe with or whatever, I don't believe in that. I feel that if you don't vibe, if you are with a man and he's not doing things how you like it done, or if you're with a woman and she's not doing things how you like it done, you know what I mean? Sit back, watch how they roll, make a mental note, and go do what it is that you need to do in response to that. So for all of the people who feel that I'm a man me or a pick me and all of this, and you don't feel that I can assist you, I'm the right person to assist you on your journey, and you feel that there's other messaging that is more in line with where it is that you're going and what it is that you're doing and where you want to be in life, go there. Do that. But what you don't do, don't lower your vibration. Well, don't turn yourself into a bad person by then sitting up there and attempting to disparage. You don't have to sit up there cursing anybody out and trying to talk down on them and all of this. That you don't have to do that. Just go. Just go. It's as simple as that. Just go. Just go. That makes sense, right? Because what type of vibration does it put you in to be standing up there calling people names? What type of energy does that put you in? I mean, if you think about it, like if you try, I don't know how many of you have entered into an argument online and you start saying this stuff about somebody and you start feeling this feeling in the pit of your stomach that lets you know that's not right. That's not okay. Tell me, if that has happened to you, put up the number 1. If that has never happened to you, go ahead and put up the number 2. I want to see who feels what way out there, because I want to see if I'm the only one who experiences stuff like that. I want to see. I want to see. And so Lola is saying, why don't you simply acknowledge how everything you said on that panel contradicted all of your own talking points? That is a lie. That's a lie. My talking points are about you. I'm a self-love specialist. I'm a self-love specialist. I don't specialize in anything other than you examining yourself. This is why when we talk about the viral topics that we talk about, I always direct you back to you, because it is all about you on the inside. And if there's anybody here who feels that my points, because I've seen some people, state that I contradict myself, that means that people are not really hearing what it is that I'm saying. If you feel that I am a hypocrite, if you feel that I contradicted myself on that panel and that my message is not uniform, right? From the 13 years that I've been online, because we've watched some of my old videos, right? We've watched some of my old videos. And even in the old videos, we were still saying the same thing, right? And even in some of my old videos, we were still saying the same thing. So if you feel that whatever it is that I said on the panel, right, contradicted or was hypocrisy or all of that, that means that you really haven't been hearing me. And look, it is okay. I'm giving you the opportunity right now. I'm talking to you outright, right? To please, by all means, if you feel that I'm not the right content creator for you, if your eyes have been opened, right? If your eyes have been opened, then by all means, if you've opened up to the fact that, and then I'm going to tell you this, right? As a matter of fact, I had an epiphany on that panel, and I realized that the work that I thought that women were doing, women were not doing. I had an epiphany, and I am actually going to be changing my messaging, because as Black women, I feel that we have departed from doing our own work into looking at how we feel other people are the problem. How we feel that other people, when this world is really a world that shows up as a reflection of you. And there's some people who are not really ready to hear that. They're not really ready to hear that. And I am going to be doing videos going forward that are going to be examining Black women and the ways that we are showing up and what it is that we are doing, because our lives are our creation. Our lives are a creation. So I like that. I feel like the color came together well. Inside of the vegan makeup pack, you are going to get a palette to be able to create the perfect shade for you. So like people are like, oh, how do I know that that the makeup is going to be my shade? I don't wear foundation. So you will have the concealer palette in there, which will have different colors that you mix together. And you can also mix this with another concealer that you're wearing if you want to get, if you want to do that. But me personally, I just use what is on the palette right here, right? I see there's a lot of you who don't even know what this is what I'm saying. There's some of you who know about the panel. There's some people who don't. I was on a panel a few days ago where um we were discussing some ideas about bringing solutions for Black women, right? And we were attempting to flesh out these ideas and what it looks like in application, or what it would look like in application. And I feel that we were crossing into some territory that really raises some questions, right? That really raises some questions. Don't worry. In the next video, oh, that is perfect. I love that. Don't worry. In the next video after this one, I'm going to show you all some comments that were disturbing comments that I feel need to be addressed, because I feel that we as Black women, we feel that we should get a pass for being Black women and still express some dangerous and disturbing ideas. So in the next video from this one, I'm going to show you some comments and we're going to have that discussion. And you know what, as a matter of fact, we may need to open up the phone lines and have a discussion about some of your thoughts about that before we get into. All right. I love this. I feel like I did a perfect job with mixing the concealer together. And now all I have to do is, which you will also have inside of your pack, put on a little bit of this luxurious powder to bring it all together. So this powder right here, bring it all together. Here we go. To take out that shine from the middle and then let that sit in. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Smooth that out. All right, perfect. Get rid of all of those bags and dark circles. There we go. Perfection. Now, from there, where do we go? Get my eyes prepped. So you will have an eyeshadow prep inside of your pack as well to prepare your face for eyeshadow. All right. All righty. So I wonder, so listen, while I'm doing my makeup, we can take some calls for people who want to discuss whatever it is that they want to discuss while I'm getting ready. If that is what you all want. Let me know. So that's pretty much the bulk of it right there. That's pretty much the bulk of it. All right. Okay, so there we have that. Let's rub this out. I wonder if we should go for a golden eye today or smoky eye. I think I'm going to do a golden eye today because I'm feeling bright and glittery. Somebody came in late because they didn't hear me mention Meek Mill already. So I see you're not on the text notification squad, because if you were, you would have been here early on time. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. It says here that we might be having issues. We had the engineer come out, and it says make sure your computer can receive calls under My Devices, turn on web. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure that, yeah, so web is on. Okay, so we're going to try opening up the phone lines and see if it shall work. If not, then we will have to make sure that we get that fixed up before we do a show. All right, the phone lines are open. This is the number going across the screen right there, 323-488-3149. And let me get my headset in to just see because, all right. So we're waiting for the first call, 323-488-3149. Phone lines are open. It's an open forum, open topic while we are here and on the channel. I see there's a lot of people here for such an impromptu show. So I guess there's a lot of people who are wanting to get the scoop. And my only scoop is that if my channel isn't the right channel for you, by all means, find a channel that is and do your thing. Hello?
Hello, Miss Tanya.
Hey, you're on the air live. Let me get you off of both speakers. Give me 1 second. All right, there you go. And there's an echo going on in the background for you too.
Yeah, let me get my volume down.
All right. Well, welcome
Okay,
in.
I'm
Welcome.
down.
Yeah, what is your name?
Miss C.
Hey, Miss C. So talk to me.
Okay, Miss Tanya. I am 55 years old, and all of the things that you all talk about, and I've been there. So I get it. And I love your message about self love, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope that you continue to. I think I heard you just say that you were going to change your messaging. I would love to see I would love to see you cater to black women and black girls and really maybe just leave black men out of the discussion. I mean, because we have so much work that needs to be done. And I mean, we get it historically from the time we were in the on the continent
Mm-hmm.
to we got here to today. We all know what's happening. And if we don't, it's a simple Google search away. But I just want to give you an example. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
teacher, and I've been a
Mm-hmm.
teacher since forever, 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And today, in a class that I substituted for online, so I've been doing virtual for the last 2 years since
Mm.
COVID.
Okay.
And I've been teaching kids with this company in South Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, um, some other places, but kids from
Mm-hmm.
all over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Today, I was in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Those kids were horrendous, and the girls were worse than the boys. A
When you
little
say
girl shot me
horrendous
a
and
double
worse,
bird.
okay. Oh, what?
She shot me a double bird because I was telling them to stop being loud and getting up and being disrespectful. I mean, all of this is through the computer, so it's already hard. She shot me
Okay.
a double bird, continued to be disruptive, loud,
Mm.
disgraceful. It was heinous.
Mm.
And, the little teacher who was in the room with them, she's an older woman with a heart problem and she's trying to control the situation. And I'm loud because you're not going to disrespect me because I'm an old
Mm-hmm.
school gangster teacher. I'm not
Mm.
going for that new school. I'll let you call me whatever you want. She called me a bald headed B word.
Excuse me, how old is this child?
This is high school.
So she's
This is, I
16,
think,
15 to
between
8,
between ninth and 10th grade. Yes,
so about 15, 16 years old.
yes. And I'm
Mm.
telling you, I've been a teacher for 35 years. I've seen it. I've been
Okay.
called a bee before. In Texas, I was called a bald-headed bee. But when the conference came and the mother wanted to chastise me, the
Mm-hmm.
conference came and I said, "Well, your daughter called me a fat ass bee," and the daughter said, "No, I didn't. I called you a bald-headed ass bee."
Oh, so she had to correct what type of bee she called you in front of her mother.
She had to correct me exactly, and her mother still wanted to chastise me. I got up from the table and I said, "I don't do these kind of parent teacher conferences. That's out." And I left. The girl today told the teacher that was in the room that her mother, the lady said, "Well, she doesn't talk to her mother like that." And the little girl said, "My mother knows what I do. She knows how I act, and she'll come up to the school and she'll fight you."
Mm-hmm.
We need to work on women and girls because what these Negroes did or didn't do is irrelevant at this point. I get the other messages coming through, and I want Sin and everybody else to go hard because these men need to be made accountable. And there are men in this so called manosphere who are dogging us, who are saying everything, and they need it. They need to get drilled, they need to get roasted, they need to be held accountable for what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing. But everybody doesn't need to have the same message. So if you want to have a different message, have it. And like I'm looking at this chat right now, and because I wasn't looking at it, but I'm looking at this chat right now and I'm seeing people talk about mammies this and mammies that. They can kiss my mammy ass, okay? I don't have to say I'm not a mammy. I've been in this game for a long time. I don't have time for foolishness, period, from nobody. And if I'm
Yeah.
trying to deal with these children and raise up these children, then we're going to have to recognize the fact that we got young ladies out here who need us. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
always about these men. These men is done. They done. I don't have nothing for no men, no Negroes,
You
no
from
nobody.
Brooklyn?
I don't have nothing for them. We got to focus. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you need to do. You want to change your message, you want to do something and try to help women and leave men out of the conversation, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, I love Cynthia's content. I love it. And like she said, if you want to carry men and give birth to them, then go right ahead. If you don't, close your womb. It's room in this party for everybody. So, all the little children in your chat who want to talk about me and talk about a lot of old black women are problematic, things like that. I got your problematic right here.
I would really love it if we could talk about your comments, because addressing people in the comments is moot because you're on the phone with me. So utilize that time.
Right. I stopped looking at the comments because I wasn't when I began. Then I just happened to look over. And that's the thing that I don't like about a lot of content. Anybody wants to say something different, then the people start calling you names. I got out of a couple of other content creators who were younger because the people in their comments were rude and disrespectful, just like that little girl in my class today. Rude and disrespectful. And that's something that we need to learn to do. Not be rude and not be disrespectful. Because I say all the time, if you have self-love, if you love yourself, then you won. You already won. I've been showing a poem in my classes for Hispanic Heritage Month. And the brother Alejandro Jimenez, he said, love is rebellious. Just to love is to be rebellious. It's rebellion to have a loving heart and a loving spirit. And that's what I said to those kids. Love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because self-love, if love is a rebellious thing, self-love is a galaxy all its own.
That's interesting.
Period.
That's an
I'll shut up
interesting
now.
poem. That's interesting. Love is rebellious. Especially in a world where, there's so much coming up that tries to stop people from love. That's interesting, especially with us being so disconnected from it. That's very interesting. That's
I
interesting.
found it interesting too. That was one of the things where I stopped it and said to the kids, y'all write this down. This is what you need to write down.
Okay. All right.
I
All
find it
right.
interesting, Tanya, that I'm telling you all that I've been a teacher for 35 years. That means I've taught through the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. As a
Mm-hmm.
young teacher, and I was trying to teach Black love and self-respect and Black issues, the older teachers used to say, you're going to get in trouble. You better stop. You're going to get in trouble for teaching that Black stuff. And they were dead serious.
Oh, wow.
So like throughout three decades, we still can't have a conversation about where we need to go as a collective, as
Mm,
a people. Like it or not
interesting.
like it,
Yeah.
we are a collective.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I want to say, Miss Tanya.
All right. Well, thank
I
you so
did all.
much for calling in and giving your point of view. Thank you.
Thank you. You take care now. Peace.
All right. Bye bye. All right. So let me just say this, because I see that there are people who are speculating in the comments area, right? Look, I can tell from the ways that some people. Ah, can I find the brush that I want? Here it is. I found it. I can tell from the ways that some people are. Oh goodness, the line is ringing. Hold on. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Tony?
Your name is Tony.
Yes. Can you
All
hear me?
right. Yeah, go ahead. What is your comment today?
Okay. I definitely enjoy your content. My husband does as well. And I did see the panel. I caught it late, but I did catch the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I understand exactly what you're saying, but it's funny that just last week, I was talking to my husband about the content that you guys do collectively. And he was saying, I think Tanya's going to walk away. And I know he's listening right now. So, hi, hon. Yeah. He says, I think Tanya's going to walk away from this. And I'm like, you think so? And he says, yes. I'm like, okay. And it was interesting to see you walk away because I think at some point during the argument, I was reading the comment section too. And what I realized was that people forgot that the initial video started with what was said by the two commenters about a child. And if the hierarchy of things is that in the community is that the men were not necessarily over us, but the men are supposed to be the leaders and they're not acting like leaders, and we've been stepping up to act like leaders, then what happens to when us as women who are, as the men would say, are the matriarch of the community, or we're acting as if we're the matriarch of the community, start acting as if we too don't care for a segment of our community that is a part of our community, the most vulnerable part of the community. Now, I'm going to say again, I don't care what another woman chooses to do with her womb. But once a child is here, that child needs to be cared for. That child needs not just a mom that loves it or a father that loves it. That child needs community. And if a segment of the community is ostracizing a child that doesn't have the ability to correct, that doesn't even have the ability to understand why it's being ostracized, which is what everyone is claiming is going on to some of these men, then we're now becoming those same people that we're fighting against. It's almost as if when we say black men want to be the white men of the community, are we then saying that black women want to be the black men of community by sitting there saying such a negative thing about a child? If we look at what initially started the video, those comments about a child that we as people should be wanting to protect, care for, love. That was
deep.
my comment. So if we get to the point where we start turning into a rabid dog and decide, well, I'm supposed to care for you, but I don't care about you now, or I don't want to care about you because, between the age of 0 to 18, that child needs to be cared for, and that child needs to feel love, or you're going to be creating the problem that's already been created. Then sooner or later, in 10 years' time, we're going to look at this situation and we're going to say, what came first? Was it that the children were being neglected to begin with, or is it that the children grow up and they cause the neglect? We're going to be looking at this crazy. Just 20 years ago, when I was in high school here in New York, I was told that, teenage pregnancy was a big thing. Was it 20, 30 years? Black girls were getting pregnant as teens. So many black girls were getting pregnant as teens. Look now. Not enough of us are getting pregnant to where we can replenish the community, as, bring the numbers or grow the numbers, if you will. So
interesting.
Don't we need time to change? Don't we need time to, there was so much effort put into making sure that teenage young ladies had better things to do. And a big part of that is probably getting rid of some of the guys that were in the community that were getting those teenagers pregnant. They went to Fresno, they went to wherever they went to. So now that when certain people came out of the community, whether it be with the crack thing, the drug thing, whatever, they were no longer available to create another problem. The problems were creating problems. Those people were no longer available. That situation cleared up. The teenage pregnancy for black girls is not as high as it was before. Now here we are at a different time where we're saying, okay, here's the other problem. We can attack the problem without attacking each other. And if some women choose not to have children or not to have, some women are choosing not to have children, perfectly fine. Some women are choosing not to, you're saying you're not going to have certain children. That's perfectly fine too. But while children are here, I think everybody's job is to care for, protect, love, shelter those children. Because if you nurture and grow a child properly, chances are you'll have a better outcome. That's all I have. And thank you so much. Say bye. Bye.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Well, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, your volume is a little low. Can you talk up, or are you connected through a device or something like that?
through my earpod.
Is there any way you can speak directly into the phone just while you're on the call?
Yes, I can.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
Can you hear me better now?
Say something else. Let's see what the volume is like.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. And I'm going to turn
It
you
was
up
the
in my
AirPod
volume
then.
too. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
My first initial statement is I think if you disagreed, that you should have just stayed out of it. Because when you went on that panel, you were the outside person. You were the outside person. You and her sister, the other
Okay.
lady, they weren't. You just were the outside person. Nobody agreed with you. I saw the comment section. I don't agree that you are a mammy or any of that craziness, but also when I opened up the live and you had that baby boy on there that was throwing your rock and hiding your hand. Why'd you do that? That was like saying, I disagree and I'm going to shove it in your face.
What are you talking
That
about?
was like when you went on live and you had the cute little baby boy and was like, this is my engineer. That
Mm-hmm.
was like putting it in like Cynthia face like
You
I
think
I don't agree
you
with
think that
you
video
and
was
baby boys
created?
are good.
I'm sorry. You think the video was created and that a human being was used as a rock for someone else? Was that the first time that my engineer has been in a video with me? Is that the first time?
No, I can't
Okay.
agree or disagree in
Excuse
that,
me,
but
I have a question.
I know what the
Excuse
conversation
me,
was.
I want you to answer this question. Was this the first time that he was in a video with me?
I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know whether or not he was in videos with me before this conversation even began on YouTube. So then you can't speak to it then. If you don't know whether or not he's ever been in videos with me, you don't know what, you don't know, you just don't know. So you can't speak to that. So choose a different point to speak
I
on.
know, but I know what the dynamic was that was going on at the time, and it
Choose
was
a
about
different,
black boys not
ma'am.
being born.
No, I would please come up with a different talking point. You can shift to a different point until you can do research to see whether or not my engineer has ever starred in videos with me long before people decided to start talking about that. So shift. If let me know. Say yes if you're going to be able to shift to a different talking point, or say no, and then we can just end the call. So let me know.
Yes, I can shift to a
Okay,
different
so
talking
shift to a
point.
different
I
talking
I
point.
can.
Thank you. Let's go. Let's continue
The
forward.
other talking point was that because they didn't agree doesn't mean that you guys can't get along. I think you guys still should be able to.
Who says anyone can't get along? Who says that?
I mean,
We
you said this is the end of
the end of what? What are we
whatever
talking
the
about?
end of.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about me and
What
any
is
other
this the
content
end?
creator? This is why it's important for us to ask questions, because I stated very clearly
Right.
the people who are watching, if they feel that they are not, that I am not the right content creator for them, they must shift to a different content creator that they feel more aligned with. Who is talking about other content creators? We're talking, this is why it's important to ask questions. I'm glad that you came up to ask questions. So
Right.
what is
Because I wanted to find out what happened. Like, I thought
There's
that,
nothing. I
okay,
listen, I
no,
have
I
no
didn't
issue.
think that.
You have never seen me discuss any type of issue that may or may not exist between me and anybody else. And I'm telling you, there's no issue, not that I know of. And even if there was, I wouldn't, it's not anything that, not anything personal or anything like that. So I wouldn't even take it personally. So we can shift away from that because I
Oh,
have
okay.
no
Because
issues with
I
anyone.
just feel like that somehow after that live or after that panel was done, that your energy has completely been off. I don't know if
Um,
anybody else would disagree with me, but your
is
energy is not the same. Not the same
hold on,
bubbly,
hold on, hold on,
happy
hold on, hold on,
Tanya.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Um, I feel like you don't watch enough of my videos to really be able to speak to this, because last night, and I talked about this in the beginning of the video, I am burning the candle at both ends, getting ready for the Christmas sale of the makeup that I am using right now to get ready for the video that we're going to be making today. I'm tired. I'm working all night. I'm working all day. I took a quick nap before I did this video. So so we have to not leap to conclusions. We have to not leap to conclusions. I'm working very hard, very diligently. There's a lot that needs to be done in order to be able to get the makeup created and to be able to get enough makeup created to, and then the advertisements, the labels, the boxes, the shipping company, the relationship with the shipping company, the daily pickups, all of these things. There's a lot of moving pieces. And I am taking time out of the middle of that to create a video. This is why I'm making this video while I'm doing my makeup, because I want to make a video today, but I'm under the gun. I'm under the gun. I'm under the gun. So do you have another
I
talking point?
understand
Let me
that,
see
but
how
I
long
mean,
we've been on the
I've
line.
been following you and watching you for years,
And you don't know
and
whether
I
or not
know
my
that
engineer has ever been in
you
another
have
video?
been.
Ma'am,
Maybe
ma'am,
I
you
missed
don't
the
know
baby.
how many,
I
but
missed
this
the
is what I'm
baby
saying.
being
He
on
has
there.
been in several videos with me. Whenever I have a technical issue, he comes, my engineer comes out, and it's been about 6 months since he's been in a video. So I decided to bring him forward because he's gotten bigger and people love him. You know, he's the
Yeah, and
engineer. He helps with
I
the
think he's
technical
a
issues.
beautiful baby. I'm not the one saying I don't want babies. I don't want to have no babies around. Blah blah blah.
You know
I
what?
get that.
You know what? Tell us your name
I'm
one
not
more
on
time.
that.
Tell us your name one more time.
Shit, Sherry.
Sherry, thank you so much for calling in and expressing your point of view. We've been on for 7 minutes, so we're going to let you go and take the next call. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Phone lines are open. All right, let's see. You're on air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Allison Taylor.
Hi, your name is Allison.
Yes.
Hi, Allison. So what is your comment here today?
Yes, I'd like to make an observation. I think that the conversation that you had with Cynthia G was very productive. I like you. I think you are as authentic as you can be. And the same goes for Cynthia G. Both of you make great points. I think people can disagree per issue. I think your issue was that it's not as prevalent in England. But from my point of view, I think it has gotten a little bit. I think it has gotten a little bit more prevalent in England. And Cynthia, I mostly agree with her all the time. I follow you too, and I don't see you having no ulterior motive other than the betterment of black women and people. Also, with you, Tanya, what I like about you is you do other things. You do a plethora of things. You do your makeup. You do the things like that. It's not just one thing that you do on your show. You go various ways, and so you can. So that's why I was sort of drawn to you. But I don't think I don't think you have an issue with Cynthia at all. I think you admire her, and I think she admires you. I think you're calming. And I also when I listen to Cynthia, I think I can get from you and her, I can get that calmness, and Cynthia calming, I can get that intellectual view of what's going on. And I can try to help my daughter and myself, because I'm in a situation now where the information I'm getting from you guys, it's really helping me, because I suffer from anxiety and coupled with depression. And I had to come to realize that some things that going on in black community, yes, it is true. And I'm finna end the call, but what I'm saying is I can get your point and I can get Cynthia G point. I happen to agree with Cynthia G, because so many right now, what's going on, black men do not value black women. They are killing young black ladies, girls, and it's not all, but they're not all won't speak up. They just want to make it about or this issue here or this issue here. No, they need to stop doing that. They need to stop demeaning black women online. And until they do that,
I don't see no sense in it. I don't see no sense in, in really just, procreate. Right now, but that might, be coming from a jaded place with me. But anyway, I just came here to say, you guys, you should be able to understand that people can disagree. I can't really say what was going on because I logged in and out of the live, so I can't really say to what was going on. But I don't like it when they're trying to make an issue between you and Cynthia when it's not any
I don't
issue.
think anybody is trying to
So,
make any issue between us. I don't see that.
oh, okay. Because I saw where when I was on, where I logged, because I come on and off. So when I logged on, it was, I thought maybe it was a little tension. So it's no thing. It's no thing. It's just that you, it's just that I can respect both of you all points of view on the subject. That's what I call to say. And that I love looking at your channel,
Thank you.
and I will continue to look at your channel and support it.
Thank
And
you.
Cynthia's as well.
Thank you so much
So
for
I hope I
calling
made,
in.
yeah, because I'm going to say, I hope I made my point clear. I didn't know it seemed like it was the issue. It was some issue, but I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's not like, it's like pitting one against other, saying that because what she's saying, it might sound harsh, Cynthia, it might sound harsh what she said, but it's not, it wasn't really harsh. It wasn't really harsh. She
Okay.
really, if people would, and that's including me, if she really is trying to help you. The same thing I can say for you, Tanya. You really come with the information to help everyone. I like that. I like that. So I want you to continue to do that, and I don't want and I want you to continue to interact, with Cynthia and everybody else. But thank you.
Yeah.
I won't take up your time. I know I'm running my mouth and rambling.
You're
I'm
so
gonna
funny. Thank you so
go.
much for calling in. You can go ahead and hang up because my hands are kind of busy right
Okay.
now, okay? All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. I appreciate all of you calling in. Thank you. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Jessica. Hi, Tanya.
Yeah, hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I just want to call in and say that I just love these kind of reminder videos of if if as a viewer, if we're watching something that doesn't resonate with us, it's our responsibility to do something about that. Like it's not on the content creator. Um, and I also just wanted to say that I think we also need to give, like you and every other content creators grace as being human beings as well. That our viewpoints changed. You might want to try out different content or just learn about different things, see how different points of view might enhance what your message is, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, also great. It can be a learning experience. But I don't like even if it was an issue between the two of you or if there is an issue or if there isn't, it doesn't really matter. It's just the point of we're just all living and learning and just like not to lose sight of that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right. All right. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. Please don't post links in my comments. Moderators, can you catch anybody posting links? You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Teresa Hall.
Hi, Teresa. What is your comment this afternoon?
Hi, Tanya. I just wanted to call. I watch you. I've only been watching you about 6 months or so. And sometimes I get the notification after you've gone live, but I always watch because I learn from you. I'm a person that believes there's nothing greater than the power of a great example. I'm an excellent cook. People have been wowed by my food for a long time. I want to do online videos. And you set a powerful example of being able to do what you want to do. I just wanted to call and shout you out and encourage you and tell you to be encouraged. The naysayers are going to do their job and be naysayers, but you set a powerful example for many of us. And because you are, I'm thinking I can, and you cover topics. You're like me. I'm on the board of directors where I worked for 17 years. And I'm that person at the table that says that thing that everybody's thinking but nobody's saying. But I have the courage to say. You have the courage to do, and that should be applauded. Let the naysayers do their job and say nay. And you keep setting the example for us that we can. I love your views on the negative black man. I love your views because a person seeing where they fall short or understanding that they're falling short can always rise. And you point things out that can help a person rise. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. And you're doing what you're doing.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Phone lines are open. And everything that I'm putting on my face is from the vegan makeup collection. Right now, I'm using a vegan lip brush to be able to take some of the liquid off of the stick for the lipstick, and we're going to use that to line. All right, go ahead. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Sean.
Hi, Sean. So you're on the air live. What is your comment today?
I
can't hear you. Your phone has dropped out. Sorry, no one can hear you. Your phone has dropped out. It looks like somebody wants to call in from WhatsApp. Give me a second. I'll turn on the WhatsApp calls in one moment. So I've decided I'm going to line with brown and then put the tan in the middle. So let me do that now. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Al.
Hi, what did you say your name was?
My name is Al.
Al?
Yes.
Hi, Al. So what is your comment this afternoon?
I'm not sure if if you don't want to rehash anything at all. In that case, you can just redirect me. But, I just wanted to say that, there's this sort of sentiment that you were being emotional during that time, and I didn't see anything that you were saying as being emotional. I mean, I thought that everything that you were discussing and the questions that you were asking were quite logical. For example, the idea that what's going to happen if no more black men are birthed. I mean, that seems like a logical question. It doesn't have anything to do with emotion. I see also sentiments of gaslighting, and I just don't see how what you're doing is gaslighting at all. I mean, I think that we should, of course, be careful about our reproductive health. I'm married interracially. And I encourage other Black women to explore their options. But the idea that we're being spouted, I did think that they were extreme, and I thought that you did bring balance, and I don't understand the backlash from that. I think a lot of it is women who are I don't want to kind of dismiss people's feelings or where they're coming from, but to me it feels like people who are angry and upset and looking for something to say that's extreme, like, okay, nana boo boo, we're not going to birth you anymore, but that just doesn't seem like a logical conclusion. So I just don't understand how you were the emotional one in this particular argument. So it's just a little bit baffling to me. That's all.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in. The thing about it is, you feel the way that you feel. Other people feel the way that they feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who feel that what I said made no sense and they're upset. And they are entitled to feel that way, just like you are entitled to feel the way that you feel. My thing is go where it is that you feel that you're getting what it is that you need. Because other than that, what is the option? To hang around someplace that you feel that you're not getting what it is that you need? If you're not getting the messages that you need from a content creator, then go to the content creators, go to the spaces that you are going to be able to get what it is that you need. Don't hang around. Go. That's my point. Because there are people like you who will feel what I'm saying. And then if there comes a time where my messages no longer suit you, then you know what you can do. You can go wherever it is that you are feeling the most resonance. You understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand. But I also think it's important to listen to people who you don't necessarily agree with. For, example, as what I said here, I don't necessarily agree with stopping the birthing. I just don't think that that's a logical argument, but I still listen to that side of things because I hear other things that make sense to me. So, I think that if you're open, intellectually curious person, you'll be able to listen to people who you disagree with and take from it what you need, and then maybe say, I don't agree with that part. That's okay. I mean, I don't really understand why it has to come to calling someone names because they say something that you disagree with. And I also don't see why, because you want to choose not to birth a Black child, which I've also chosen not to, just by happenstance of situations, that I need to be angry if someone else says that they think that they should. Or, it just doesn't make sense to me. If you're intellectually curious, you will listen to other people's perspective. And I just don't understand the vitriol or trying to make an issue when there is none.
Well, my point in saying that is if a person feels driven to the point that they want to start calling people names and now lowering their own vibration and showing up in the world and doing all of that, just leave. It just doesn't make any
Right,
sense to hang around. If you're going to be doing all of that, leave. If you're okay
right.
with hearing different messages, that's fine. But to attack people, to call them out of their names, to do all of that, why?
hmm
Why?
I agree.
Why?
That's it.
That's my
Just wanted to give
question.
my
Why do all of
perspective.
that? Okay, well, we appreciate you calling in. I'm cutting in
Thank you.
my eyelash right now. So if you could hang up, that would be
Okay,
great.
I'll hang up. Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
All right, phone lines are open. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
This is Sean again.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
call already today,
'cause-
or you called a different day?
yeah. No, I called earlier and it cut off because you couldn't hear me because my AirPods were not in the case. So I've learned to put my pick up
Oh,
regardless.
oh, okay. It kind of cut
Yeah.
off for a second there, but go ahead, Sean. What is your comment today?
Like I was saying that I've been watching you. I told you I've talked to you before. Like my daughter has leukemia, and I've been, I told you when my daughter's in the hospital. I was watching you. Like, I
Oh,
first.
yeah. Hey, Sean,
Thank
welcome back. How is your
you.
baby?
She's doing good. She'll be finishing her chemo in January. Thank God. So I'm excited.
Oh, we're so happy. Everybody send some
Thank you.
positive vibration out to Sean's baby.
Thank you. Yeah. So I missed that panel. I didn't hear that panel at all. But I saw, people calling. I just think it's crazy if someone will call you out your name or anything like that. And I agree with you about don't agree with it. There's been people, you have a lot of channels on YouTube. And there's been channels I was like, okay, at first I listened to them and then eventually I'm like, okay, they're going in a direction I don't want to, I don't agree with. So I just stopped watching them. I don't see the point in going off and attacking someone. And it almost comes to the point where it appears cultish to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, and I heard a little bit about, like, I've seen like little bits and pieces because I have a lot going on with my daughter and everything, so I
Yeah.
can't really sit down and watch shows for long periods of time. So I listen to a little bit, and then something comes up. And so I've heard a little bit about like the whole idea of not birthing back black boys or whatnot. And okay, I get people feeling that way. Okay, I have a black son. I think
I'm
because
sorry. Excuse me. I just
he
sneezed.
oh he was married. He got married to a black woman in June, and they're having she just found out she's pregnant. He takes very good care of his wife. They love each other dearly. I I I raised him as a single mom, know his dad and I help, but he's doing very well. And um I I get where people may feel a certain way and whatnot, and that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't attack people either way. Um, but I that earlier comment about you bringing your sound engineer. I remember when you had, because I watched your show religiously. I'm not going to say like cultishly, but religiously. I watched it a lot. So I remember the engine. I'm like, she must not watch. She must not. And to say she's been watching you for over a year, that couldn't be the case because.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think he's so cute and he's adorable. So, and why would you bring your loved one on?
Your phone is cutting out again.
Thought that you would do that is not.
I didn't hear the last
think
sentence. It cut out. I didn't hear the last sentence, Mama.
I'm sorry.
Oh, your phone is cutting out, babe. I didn't hear your last
Oh, is it?
sentence. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, let me go step outside. I don't know if he's your nephew or the little baby that you have as your sound. You call your sound engineer. I remember
He's
you
my
bringing him out on the
engineer.
show.
He's the tech support.
The tech support, yeah. He's
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's really cute. And I know that wasn't the first time that you brought the baby out. And I think that the idea that someone would think that you would do it to be backbite at someone is ridiculous. I'm like, that's not even in your personality or your character. And anyone who would have been watching you for any period of time and really like actually watching your videos would really understand that, and I'm surprised and I'm concerned that you have people who have that level of toxic thinking, because you like, I just know from the beginning, ever since I watch you, you talk about self-love. And that has always been your message. And even if you could go in and observe a situation and you can see someone else's situation, it always you'll come to the end. Even sometimes you'll say, well, how can that help you? How can you see how you can improve yourself in your own self-love, in your own life, And you always bring the direction back to the person. So, like, your own individual. And sometimes I sit there and think, well, how can I use this for myself? And it really makes me think about not just being outward, but looking inward and improving myself as a person and loving myself. So, like, a person like you, being the way that you are, you don't have the character to do something like that.
Yeah.
And
But the thing about it is that we have to realize that we project. And part of the reason that somebody would say something like that about somebody else is because they would do something like that. It's feasible in their mind that would be done because they would do something like that.
Yeah.
So that is where we are with that, because that's the foundation right there. To even think that somebody would do that lets you know that is something that person thinks is feasible to be done.
Right. I was just very surprised by that, because I have a lot of respect and love for you, Tanya. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you have helped me through a lot. Like, like I said, I watched you go through Africa. It was that was like I told you that before. Like traveling, I felt like I was traveling with you, and it's like And while I was in the hospital room with my daughter,
Yeah.
not knowing what was happening to her and her being so sick, it gave me an outlet to feel like I can have experiences, and I appreciate you for sharing those things. And even when even in that and coming back, you always focus on loving yourself and improving yourself, and just because I've dealt with issues with self-love, and like I told you this before, I think I was like I always wish I had a friend like you when I was younger. Like I wish you were my friend.
You're so
Because it's
sweet.
like,
We do have to be mindful
you
of the time because you've been on for almost eight
oh, I'm
minutes. So
sorry.
no, no,
I'm
no, no.
not
Don't
trying to keep you.
apologize. Don't apologize. I want to be fair. I would love to continue talking with you because you're so sweet and you have
Yeah,
such peaceful energy. So thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You,
You have a wonderful day.
you too. You
Thank
too.
you. Thank you. Bye.
All right. The phone lines are open. Oh, the phone lines are not open. There was a person that was calling via WhatsApp. I'm giving you the opportunity to call in now. I'm going to take the WhatsApp call. So the WhatsApp is open for a phone call now. So if you're calling from overseas and you need to get through via WhatsApp, now is the time for you to call. And Stefan says he is in the bathroom of his college. Boy, what are you doing? All right, so I'm trying a much shorter eyelash today because I want to have a variety of different things for you all in the pack. All right, hello, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Mommy. Just a moment. Hi.
Hi, your phone is breaking up.
Okay, just a moment for me.
Okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to call. I'm calling from Sweden,
Oh, hi. Welcome. What is
and
your name?
I just want to call to
What's your
say keep
name?
up the good work, to encourage you.
What's your name? We didn't catch your
My
name.
name is Sharon.
Oh, hi, Sharon. Okay, so your comment is keep up the good work. You're calling from Sweden. Well, good evening.
Yeah, I mean, I just also want to mention that you turned me on to Cynthia G and to these other women. So I think that you all are doing good work, but maybe some people are a bit more impatient. And sometimes we have a secret audience when we're saying certain things. So I feel like maybe some of the things that were said were not meant to be like an admonition to women to do something as much as they were a message to men that this is where we're at.
Well, you know what? One of the things that I think we can keep in mind is that when we are broadcasting on the internet, we have a mixed audience, male, female,
Yeah.
black, white, and everything in between. So when
Yeah.
we are discussing and our talking points sound very much like something someone in the Hitler era would say, I think we
Mm.
have to be very careful with how our talking points could mimic those of those who feel that we're inferior, especially when we imply that we are
Mm.
inferior and that there is something
Yeah.
inherently wrong with us.
Yeah. And I definitely would err on the side of caution. I would never ever say something like that. At the same time, as an activist, you kind of understand the anger that some people have and why they would try to send a message to a certain group. But like you said, it's going out to everyone. And it's, yeah,
Yeah.
it's damaging. I just want you
Yeah.
to keep your chin up and just know that you're
Right.
doing a good job.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day,
Okay, thank you.
Sharon.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye. All right. The WhatsApp is open. The phone number is going across the screen, so you can go ahead and call now. I'm taking WhatsApp phone calls. So if you need to call in via WhatsApp, now is your chance to do it. The lines are closed to American callers at the moment. Please leave this time for international people to call in. All right. What do you all think about this shorter lash instead of the longer one that I typically wear? I feel like you can't really tell. I feel like you can't really tell. All right, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hello, my name's Bella.
Hi, Bella. So, what is your comment today?
Yeah, it's in response to everything that's been going on with your points and Cynthia G's. I think you're both correct, and I'm really sorry that people are being so mean to you.
Oh, okay. I don't think people are really being mean to me so much as they're being mean to themselves because people
Right, that's true.
have a right to their opinion. They're lowering their own vibration and bringing disease and stuff into their own life with their own vitriol. I'm good. Oh, I feel like I didn't get it close enough.
Okay. So, what do you think then that is making the message come across so badly to Black women in particular regarding the whole situation?
First, shout out your country. Which country are you calling from so people can place your accent and know how worldwide the knockouts are?
Oh, sorry. I'm from the UK, but originally from Jamaica.
Oh, really? Oh, the
Yeah.
Yardie accent then washed away. All right. So
I guess.
your question was what?
Why do you think the message is getting across so badly to Black women in particular about when it comes to whether we should birth Black men or not?
What do you mean the message is getting across badly? I don't know what you mean by that.
I've seen on YouTube and even on Instagram, people keep saying so many mean things. They're saying, oh, we should hate Black men, not birth them. And then some others are saying, we can't live without Black men. It's very confusing message getting across, and I don't understand why that is,
Oh, I mean,
if that makes any sense.
I think people they're just looking for a solution. Things are bad, and
Yeah,
people are brainstorming on ways to not make it so bad. So people are looking for solutions. They're looking for ways to make it better, to take off some of the pressure, to stop the situation that we're in. We're in a terrible, terrible situation right now. Things are
yeah.
just are awful. You know what I mean? They're awful.
Yeah, it's really sad because even over here in the UK, trust me, they're no better than in America or even Jamaica.
I had an epiphany when I was on the broadcast the other night, and one of the epiphanies that I've had is that people people go through canals, you know,
Yeah,
we learn, we're raised by people, we learn certain things, then we go off on our own and we practice that life, and then we start making decisions about who it is that we want to be, and we go through the ebbs and flows to decide how we want to show up. And nobody has lived a perfect life. Our fathers didn't live perfect lives. Our mothers didn't live perfect lives. Some people come into this life, they get the lessons that they were meant to get, and then they exit out. Some
yeah,
people leave this life and still have lessons that they've not gotten, and then they come back in the next life. So it's like I feel that we're working on trying to figure things out, and it's going to take brainstorming. It's going to take trying different things to figure it out. I don't we don't No one has a foolproof answer as of yet. Not a foolproof answer that every single person is going to follow along with. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't think actually getting rid of Black men completely is the answer. I mean, no one's going to ever stop that. Let's just be honest about it. And no one's got the time to really vet. And most of the times, we're all just taking a 50-50 chance that the Black man we choose is going to be the one and different, but you never really know.
But why are people limiting themselves to just black men?
To be honest, a lot of black women over here want black men, but they tend to go for white women or lighter skinned women.
Right. So, but why are we not going for the best man for us? Why are we giving anybody extra brownie points for the amount of melanin they have or don't have? Why are we
Race
not judging
loyalty,
each
I think,
man?
is what it really comes
Oh,
down to. I mean, I remember
but people
walking in
being
our local
loyal?
bull ring in Birmingham City Centre, and I was with a white Italian. We were just friends, and I remember the looks we got, especially from black men. It was really bad, and I just wanted to say, look, we're not dating, but it was up to interpretation.
Yeah, but my thing is this, right? My thing is this. Why are we not letting men go in a lineup and choosing who is right based on how they measure up with what it is that we want in a partner, what our goals and values are?
That's a really good question. For me, I don't really have the answer to that,
Mm, okay. All right. My
but I
it's
think you're right, though.
I'm just saying, why are we not holding all men up to a standard and letting the best man win? Why not? Why do we not just
Can
not
I
let
be
the best
completely
man win?
honest?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear.
I think if we do that, then we would all come to the realization that they wouldn't be black, if I'm being honest.
I don't see if you're really being honest, right? If you're really really being honest, you would realize that regardless of race, if you're going to put men up against a standard, right?
Okay.
That it really there may be black men who fit into your standard. There may be white men, there may be an Asian man, there may be different, there may be a Latino or an Arab or an Indian or whatever. There may be a man who is who fits it, and take race out of the equation and really judge him by the content of his character and how well he aligns with your goals, values, and direction in life. Really, because it's not because like if you go into it and be like, yeah, well, it's probably not going to be a black man, and I think there are far too many black men who are getting through the I remember there was this admissions person from
Okay.
an Ivy League school who was talking about a person placing on their application that they're African American, and how they would give points to a person. Like like if you played a sport, you would get certain points. If you did this and that, you would get certain points for being a certain thing during your application. And because they want to promote diversity, they would give points to people for being African American. In dating, I feel that there are far too many black men who are receiving more points than they need to just for being black. So that women
Yeah.
are dating trash men simply because they're black. And then they are going and giving points to white men and then dating trash men just because they're white. And it's like, no, do not give people points for melanin or lack of melanin. And if you do, give them nominal points, but the things that truly, 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 like the content of a person's character and how compatible they are with you, those are the things that need the most points. If you are going to give people some points, give them a small amount of points, just like the college admissions.
That is true. Yeah.
All right. So I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much for taking my call, and I hope you understood what I was saying.
We had a conversation. Did it seem like there were some things that you said that I didn't understand?
No, it's just in my life, people just, they say I stammer and stutter a lot.
So you're self-conscious about your speech. What are you
Yeah,
going to do
sometimes.
about the self-consciousness that you feel?
Um, I really don't know. Mostly I dance. I guess that's my way of expressing myself.
Yeah, you're going to have to place your foot firmly on this ground and show up and be unapologetic for showing up as you. You know what I mean? When you start giving people too many points for their opinion and all that other stuff, it puts you at a disadvantage. Show up
Yeah,
and be you and do what you need to do, and then head held high, walk back out the door. It's as simple as that.
thank you. Well, I watch your show a lot. I think you're amazing, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. All right. What is that I hear? All right. So we have some apples that have come in, and I want to read those. Kelsey sends $1 and says, "I love your hair." Thank you. I went more platinum this time around. I'm learning some things about the process, so thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Percy sends $5 and says, "Just want to say I love Black women. Random, I know." All right. Thank you so much, Percy. Thank you. Thank you. Latoya sent $5 and says, "Here for the self-love. Keep doing you, Tanya. Knockout love." Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Chikechia, listen, you're calling in on WhatsApp and you are just in a centimeter away from your phone number showing up publicly. This is why you have to wait for me to say the lines are open. So let me Chikisha or Chikisha probably. Chikisha sends $5 and says, "Simply being beautiful, you." All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's grab this WhatsApp call. You're on the air live with Tanya. What is your name? Oh, we missed it. We waited too long to answer. All right. So I'm sorry about that. It's just it went by too quickly. It went by too quickly. All right. So my makeup is done. My makeup is done, and I'm going to get ready to start my videos of the day. First video that we're going to do, just to kind of get all of this stuff out of the way, I really want to talk to Black women and address Black women. After that, we're going to be talking about the R. Kelly of YouTube. I forget his name, Claude or something. What is this man's name? Everybody's been sending me his video. He made some very disturbing comments about young ladies, about girls and young ladies. Let's see what his name is. Let's see. I thought you busy if it confirms already. His name is not in it. So I'm gonna have to pull up his name. The person who was calling on WhatsApp, now is the time to call so that we can get you on. This video openly describes his encounters with quote unquote young females and sees nothing wrong with the actions nor R. Kelly's. It's very interesting. Yeah, you know what? We're going to be looking at that today. So this is how we're going to start. So listen, I'm trying to get this last phone call. It doesn't show me the call list in the app that I use to be able to get people I forget the word. I need to. You're in the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sanele.
Your name is Sanelli?
Yes.
All right, Sanelli, what is your comment today?
I'm calling all the way from South Africa.
Oh, well, welcome in. Welcome. Welcome.
I don't have much to contribute in terms of the conversation that's going on today, but I just want to say that I watch your show religiously and I enjoy your content. It has helped me as a gay man, coming to accept myself, and um, growing up in an environment where um, being gay is not accepted, and um, it's not something that's celebrated. But watching your videos, and every time you would talk about self-love, that really encourages me to love myself. And
Oh,
thank you very much.
wonderful.
That's
Well,
all I
thank
wanted to
you.
say.
Thank you for calling in and letting us know that. Thank you. Is it not accepted to be gay in South Africa?
The law is on our side, but society is not.
Really?
So
Society is against, but the law is for? Interesting.
I'm saying that the constitution is on our side. We do have gay marriage in South Africa,
Okay.
and we do have laws that protect LGBTQIA community from abuse, um, and all of that. But the environment and the society, I think it's tradition mixed with religion, um,
Mm.
doesn't really allow or doesn't really celebrate same gender loving people. And so
Oh,
for someone coming up, um, they find it very difficult to live in their own truth.
got you. Got you, got you, got you. Well, are you out and proud or are you still kind of in the closet?
I I am out. Well, how can I put this? Um, if someone asks me, because I'm 33 years old, I'm not married. So, for example, in if I live in a province called, or you guys call it state in the United States, we call it
Mm-hmm.
provinces. I live in KwaZulu Natal. So, if you're 33 like myself and you are employed and you earn a decent uh, amount of money, the expectation is that you would have a family and to be married. And so a lot of people ask me, if people ask me, I would tell them boldly that I'm gay. But if they don't ask me, I don't tell, just because
Okay.
people can be very toxic this side.
Oh, okay.
And you can face a lot of like discrimination as well.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad. There's someone in the comments named Sepang who says he has LGBT friends. So, are you on Facebook or YouTube watching from?
I'm watching on YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sepang is on Facebook. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? We appreciate you for calling in and giving your point of view. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and
Bye.
keep your head up, okay? Keep keeping on. Things will
Thank you.
change. You know, change takes
I'll
us
keep
doing
watching
what
your
it is that we
videos.
need to
Thanks.
do. Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Um, I need you to hang up because my hands are busy. Oh, I have to use my other hand then. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to use my lefty here. Ah, there we go. All right. Okay. So, Denise, if you feel that I am toxic, by all means, go where you feel that it's not toxic. Why would anybody want to stay in a place that they feel is toxic? That just doesn't make any sense. Love yourself enough to go where it is that you feel that the energy is right. You're in the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hello, good day. My
Your
name is
your volume is
Natalia.
very low. It's like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 4.
Okay, my connection probably bad.
I'll try to turn you up on my end, but give me 1 second. I'm going to pump you all the way up. All right. Go ahead now. You're all the way up on my end. Let's see if we can try to hear you. Go ahead. Where are you calling in
Okay, my
from?
name is Trinidad.
Okay. Welcome in, TNT.
Thank you. My name is Natalia.
Hi, Natalia. So, what is your comment this afternoon?
Just wanted to say that since I was very young, from a very young age, my mom always gave me the advice that I should not only stay or focus on black men,
I need
I
you to
should
talk
open up
up
my
because,
dating pool.
please, use your diaphragm to project your voice. You have to speak up because you're so low that I can't hear you.
Hello,
Yes.
is it better now?
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Just use your voice to talk up. That's what I'm saying. Talk. Oh no, she hung up. Oh, maybe she had to redo her connection. All right. So, she was basically saying that from a young age, her mother told her to date interracially, and so I think that's what where she was going. I'm sorry that we didn't get a chance to finish hearing the phone call. Okay, my makeup looks superb. I feel like there's a little bit of a divot right there that can be filled in. You see it, right? It's not that big of a deal, but it's troubling me. It's troubling me. All right. Yeah, I could hear her too, but she was really low on my end and I turned her all the way up, but I couldn't hear her. So it's like I couldn't her volume was all the way up, but I couldn't hear her. So it's like I'm not going to really be able to have a conversation with somebody who I can't hear because I don't really know what to respond to because I can't hear them. All right. So I'm going to open up the regular phone lines. WhatsApp callers, that's it for you all. Please, no more WhatsApp calls after this. I'm going to open up the regular phone lines, take one call or two, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, I'm trying to do it with my left hand. That's why it's taking forever. All right, I just turned it back on, so the phone lines are open. So as I was saying, while we're waiting for the first call, as I was saying to that person, look, if you feel that you don't like my vibe and if you feel that I'm rude and this is not the place that you want to be, I understand. Just please go where you want to be. That makes sense, right? Go where you want to be. Don't hang around places that you don't want to be. It just doesn't make any sense. You're on your live with Tanya. What's your name?
My name is Jay. How you doing?
Is this a trolling phone call? Let me know, because you sound like you might be joking. Just if you are,
This
just
is
get to the
not a
troll.
it's
Okay.
not a troller phone call.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was watching the live stream, and I just want to comment. Basically what I'm hearing is from black women that it's okay to abort black babies, but what I don't understand is when they abort these black male babies, they won't have black boys or no black children or no black men to populate the world. So that means that's the death line of the black culture right there. You do know that, right, Tanya?
That's what?
That's the death line of the black culture. Because when you kill that black man and you kill that black baby, that's over for black culture. That's over for black people in general. It'd
Okay.
just be a mixed race. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, people have a right to do what they choose with their wombs.
Mhm.
I mean, they
So
know.
I mean,
They know that. I'm sure somebody knows. I mean, I don't think that they would make a comment like that if they don't know that that would result in less black people. But the thing is that there's still going to be black people in other countries giving birth, and there's still going to be black people in other communities giving birth. So,
well, I understand that. I mean, you are what you attract. I tell people this all the time. You are who you attract, even on YouTube and in real life. People attract the wrong things and they get the wrong results. If people attract the right people, they get the right results. It's not to say I don't have a problem with who people date or who people like, but at the end of the day, you have to take accountability and understand who you attracting.
Okay. All right. So there's some people who do not believe. What proof do you have that people are what they attract? What is the proof?
Or the way a lot of these women are speaking, they talking about things basically that don't have no proof or no evidence that these black men are terrible like they say they are.
What do you
It's
mean they
just,
don't have proof?
people have a personal opinions.
Wait, what do you mean they don't have proof? What about statistics and data showing violence against women at the hands of black men? What about that?
Statistics can be lies. It's not all the time it could be proven as the truth. It's just an opinion.
Hold on. What
It's
about
just like
this?
if I say something.
What about showing actual human black women who die each day? What about that data? What about that?
You have women dying from every race of men. It's not
No,
just black. It's not just
no,
black
no, no,
men.
no, 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 no. According to, all right, the
I
data.
mean, that young
No, no,
girl,
no.
that young
Listen,
white
listen,
girl that
listen,
just was
listen, listen.
killed by her boyfriend. He wasn't a
Right, but
black man, was he?
she was people commit. Listen, first of all, listen. If you want to have a conversation with me, you have to have a conversation with me. If you just want to have a conversation with yourself, then there's no need for me to be on the line. You could just talk to yourself. So I am attempting to tell you what it is that I have seen, right? In 2015, there was a report that came out of actual black women that were killed, right? Every 19 hours, right, a black woman was killed, right? Out of that, every 21 of those hours she was killed by a black man. So 90% of the murders that were committed, and this is the data that I've seen and verified myself, right? And now the FBI has released new data that every 6 hours a black girl or a woman is killed, right? So if going by old data, the old data trends, the vast majority of every 6 hours, the vast majority of that, she's being killed by a black man. People commit crimes with the people that they're closest to, most comfortable with, in the same area as, etc. So when Gabby Petito was killed by her boyfriend, the vast majority of women, 90% of female murders or femicide is acted out by men. So Gabby was
So
killed by
what
a,
about Chad?
excuse me, let me just
Okay,
finish my
I hear what
statement.
you're saying, but what about Chad Wheeler?
Let me finish my statement, right? Let me finish my statement, right? Let me finish my statement. The vast majority of femicide is acted out by men. The vast majority of the men that kill the women close to them are of the same race. The smaller portion, as you heard me say, every 19 hours, a black woman was killed as of 2015. And I need to read the data to verify it from the FBI's data, right? The every 6 hours so that I can examine that myself, right? But with the new data coming out, so yeah, so let's say if every 6 hours a black woman is killed, maybe every 5.5 of those hours it's a black man. So if the vast majority of the murders are committed by black men, so yeah, a small portion of it will be a man of another race, but the by and large is going to be black men. So what is your response to that?
Like I said, the media, a lot of these statistics are to frame black men as the monsters and the beasts. But if we look at
You
it,
you
it's
know you
all a
know what a dead body
deflation. It's
is?
not.
Do you know?
It's all
Excuse
not
me. Do
true.
you know what a dead body is?
I know what a dead body is, man.
Okay, wonderful. So you know that there is data about every human being that is alive in the United States. And when a person dies and there is a physical dead body, that is not the altering of the data. This is a human
But you
being
can't say every black man, though.
who said every
Tanya, you
black
can't.
man? I said that the data is showing the updated
You have to.
data
You
from
have
the
to. You have to say a
FBI.
minority of black men, though,
Excuse
not a
me, every
majority.
every 6 hours a black woman is killed. Every 6 hours a black woman is killed, according to data published October 7th of this year by the FBI. There was an uptick in 2020 of murders against black women, right? So these are human beings. The census, listen, census, cdc.gov, the Department I forget the Justice Department. There are ways to track how a person dies. So when we start talking about a person being murdered, This is a real human being that is no longer on this earth. This is not something made up. This is a human that
Can I ask you a
walked.
question?
Of course.
Is your father a black man?
Let's not make this personal about you or I. Please, let's not do that, okay? Because anecdotal
Okay, but
evidence is not
I'm just
evidence.
asking. I'm just asking. Is the men in
Right,
your family
because you
abusing
want
black
to
women?
because you want to change the goalpost and then try to make it personal so that we can start talking about anecdotal evidence. I am objective enough to say, even if this is not
But we have
happening
to look
to
at the environment that
listen,
these
excuse
women are
me,
being
if you
in.
keep cutting me
We
off, I'm going to curse you out, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to have a civil conversation with you. Stop cutting me off, okay? We have to be objective enough to say, even if I am not doing this or I am not experiencing this, that we can look at the data. And if there are a vast number of people who are experiencing this, we can have respect for what exists in reality. And the fact that you're taking this personally shows that you are not an advocate of the truth, which means that you're not an advocate of Black women.
I don't have a problem with black women. My mother's a black woman. In
Right. This
fact,
is
I grew up
listen.
with black women.
Right, but when you come out here and you start trying to deny the truth, you deny Black women who have been murdered in truth. You deny them and you pretend as if their murder did not happen, as if their murder was
I
not
just
real.
said it's about the environment. It's about the environment that
You
these
said
women
that
are coming
sometimes
from.
the data you said sometimes the data is skewed or altered or
I mean, it
invented.
is because it's not all black men. Because then you're saying that affluent black men that don't come from this impoverished environment. Impoverished environments are going to have toxic energy,
You
okay,
know,
and have toxic people.
I want to cut you
So
off right there because this is my show and I do not want misinformation to be spread out there. Poverty is not an indicator of violence. Violence is about power. And there are people who have no money who are violent, and there are people who have money who are violent. So please don't try to make this seem as if it's a socioeconomic thing, as if people who are poor are running around abusing. Listen, an abuser is an abuser. Can you at least have respect for the fact that people are being abused, women are being abused, and women are being killed each and every day? Can you have respect for that?
I'm not saying women don't get killed or abused. I'm just saying I'm not going to take the white supremacist talking points and just put it all on black men. You know,
Wait, hold on.
I'll be wrong for saying that.
Baby, white supremacist talking point. Where is the white supremacist talking point? Where are the white people
Or
in
I
this
mean,
conversation? We're talking about
or I
data,
mean,
the data.
I mean, a lot. If women are talking about aborting black boys,
Now
and I
we're
know
going to
you
change the
have one. I
subject
watch your
again.
platform. You have
Excuse
a
me.
black
Where is,
son, so
is there a
I
black
know that
woman?
you wouldn't
You
want
said that
him
there,
or
you
the
said
woman
that
that.
there, I had to put you on hold. I'll take you off of hold when you stop speaking. Are you ready to listen now? You said that you
I'm
have black women who are near you, right? Why don't you
yes.
do this? Go and have a conversation with the black women who are near you and see how they feel about the numbers that have been published. Go do a Google search. FBI is saying every 6 hours a black woman or girl is killed in the United States. The vast majority
So
of those
you
are
don't believe that the numbers are deflated. That they're just trying to
these
make
are
black men look like monsters and
no,
beasts.
these are human beings. This is a human life that has a social security number and a family and a death certificate. They have a birth certificate, and when they die they get a death certificate, and when they
But
see
you're
the
bringing up a young black boy, so those statistics is
excuse
going
me,
to they're
listen,
going to
don't
use it on
speak,
him.
excuse me, don't speak about me. Do not speak about you. This is not personal, and if you can't understand that, then we're not operating under the same understanding, level of understanding. This is not about anecdotal evidence. This is about the data. And you keep trying to move the goalpost as if we start talking about different things. Well, what about the shoes? What about shoe size? Well, what about what's inside the closet? No, we're talking about the data. We're talking about the data. The data that
Well, I
is
think
that
black. You know what I think.
we've
I
been on
think
the
black
phone for
women.
11 minutes and 49 seconds. Thank you so much for calling in. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name? What's your name? I need you to talk to me through the phone.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I was calling in because I had a comment.
Yeah, go ahead and give your comment.
Okay, so I heard the discussion you had the other day on the panel with the young ladies, and I wanted to address a few things because I know you didn't address this, but you addressed this in a general fashion. There were times during the conversation that you continued to try to differentiate Black American men and Black Caribbean men. And like, for instance, when they spoke about the music, you made a point to say American Black men. And you kept saying American Black men in several other topics. And I do remember you saying in the past that there was a diaspora war and you didn't want to contribute to it. But several times during that conversation, you continued to contribute to the diaspora war between the American Black men, or the American Black people, and the Caribbean Black people. And to me, that's problematic. Because as you said, you didn't want to put out information about Black boys, Black babies. You didn't want to put out, make it seem as though we were saying to hurt Black babies. You were very careful about that, but you weren't careful about the way you differentiated an entire group over another. You assumed a superior position. I thought that was very problematic during that conversation.
This is your interpretation of superiority. Like I said, we can just look at the data. What I would like for you to do is I would like for you to show me in the Caribbean the vast amount of music which is coming out, which is calling Black women bitches. This is what I want you to do. I want you to show me in Brazil where there are Black people in Brazil. I want you to show me the Black music, because when we talked about the different cultures, we're talking about the information. I want you to show me the data. Show me the data of African men calling African women bitches in their songs. Please do this. Do it.
Okay, fine.
Because this is
fine.
because this is not about whether or not one is better than the other. I'm talking about if we're looking at hip hop music. What percentage of hip hop music do you think has toxic messages where women are being referred to as thoughts, bitches, thotianas, and all this other stuff? What percentage? 80%, 90% of the hip hop coming out? Where can you find that in any other Black culture but here in the United States? It's like we cannot have a true conversation if we can't look objectively at what is. There are certain issues that are endemic to the United States that do not exist with Black people in other places. This does not mean that they're better. It means that there is an issue that exists here that is unique to this area. What is it about the journey that Black people went through in this country which is showing up the way that it's showing up? And if we can't have honest conversations about that because you don't want to make Black people look bad or less than, this is not about less than or greater than. This is about what the data shows. And what I said is on that panel, I said that in other countries, there are also Black men who have toxic messages that they'd like to get out about Black women. But the gatekeepers in those countries do not let that toxic music get on the air. Jamaica is unique because the way that Jamaican music gets out onto the air is a little more direct to market than any other place. Like they just go to a DJ, give them the song, and it's able to get on the air. So Jamaica is a different, this is what I heard. So I don't know specifically if that still exists now, but I know that the music industry, from what it is that I heard, is different in Jamaica. But if you look at Black countries and Black islands all over the place, why is it that we don't hear this type of music? And one of the issues is, and this is a pontification, is that the gatekeepers do not allow that music on the air. They don't allow it in white communities. They don't allow that in Asia. They don't allow that in Latin countries and Latin islands. They don't allow men to come up on the radio. You don't see the reggaeton talking about puta, 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 perra, perra. You don't see that.
Okay. They don't have democracy, ma'am. But over here, we have a First Amendment right.
Democracy in Puerto Rico. There's no democracy in Puerto Rico. Huh?
First of all, we can say what we want to say. Now, I
need you to answer that question. Is there democracy in Puerto Rico?
No, it's not.
Okay, so that means that there's really no way that we can have a conversation because you don't know what government, you don't know how Puerto Rico is governed then. What country is Puerto Rico a part of?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you're going to come up here and you're going to try to talk to me and have an educated discussion. You don't know what country Puerto Rico is a part of?
That's not what I called for. I don't want to deflect on
It's
something
not.
else,
Listen,
Tanya.
ma'am.
Let's stay where we are.
I need you to pause for a moment. I need somebody in the comments to educate you about where Puerto Rico is,
Okay.
so that you can at least get on the same page. Because when we start having these discussions, we need to understand. Because if democracy is going to be the deflection that you're going to use, I think you need to educate yourself. Please, now listen. Look in the comments and see what people are saying. Where is Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S. territory.
Okay, so do they have democracy in Puerto Rico?
I mean, I would say no, because
Okay.
of what I've seen socially.
Ma'am,
That's not democracy.
thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. I can't. I cannot. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I simply refuse. I refuse. I cannot. I refuse to. You're on the air live with Tanya. What is your name?
Van.
Your name is Vans?
Zen, like Zen,
Like Z-E-N?
like your calm. Yes.
All right. Welcome to the line, Zen. What is your comment today?
Okay, well, I just want to start off by saying that I'm a younger viewer. I'm 22 years old, and just listening to this live today is mind-boggling. First, I just want to make a comment about the young man that called earlier.
I need you to
He's
pause for just
obviously
one moment,
very
please.
blind to society.
Pause for just one moment, please. I just need to address some stuff going on in the comments, okay? Give me just 1 second. I'm going to be right back to you. Listen, there are some issues going on in this country with massive and severe undereducation. And we are coming out and we believe that because we can speak and we can read and write, that we're not undereducated. It's very difficult for us to look at ourselves. And geography is one of the areas that the United States, in its supremacy, has decided that they're not going to really truly bother to teach to their students. And we have got to take the time to really look at ourselves objectively. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry, Zen. I'm back with you. My goodness.
All right, it's all right. So I just wanted to say, I guess first to the young man earlier, the disrespect towards Black women is everywhere. For example, Meek Mill's van, music, today's music is always bees, hoes, very derogatory towards Black women. I have not heard any music from any other races. And I listen to a large variety of music where they disrespect their women openly. On top of that, Black men are getting upset that you're saying, stop birthing Black babies, stop bringing Black babies into this world. Why will we continue to birth Black men or, Black babies if the Black men can't even respect where these children are coming from? They don't even respect us. So why will we continue to overgive ourselves and kill ourselves off just to say, oh, I had a Black baby or I have a Black family? We're disrespecting ourselves. We're learning to love ourselves, and they're starting to see that, and they're getting worried because they feel they're going to be extinct. When they keep creating with white people, they don't even know that they're killing themselves off as well, which I get, Tanya, it could say the same for us. But if that means that we're going to get respected and treated the way that we should, and it's going to create healing in our community and, stop breeding these toxic people, then that's just what it's going to have to take. I had a child young by a Black man, and I was totally disrespected. I almost had another child by another black man who ended up putting his hands on me simply because he was trying to tell me what to do, and I was placing those boundaries down, saying, you're not going to speak to me that way. You are not going to treat me that way. And I am so grateful that I did not have his baby because of the simple way he was treating me. Now, I cannot personally see myself dating anybody of another race because that's not what I'm attracted to, but I did understand that I am in love with black women. I am a lesbian woman, so I date black women. So I will still be bringing black children into this world, but I will be sure that these children are brought up in a home that's filled with love and know how to deal with their emotions and be productive citizens in society. And I'm going to teach my children to love themselves because they can't love anybody else until they truly love themselves. And that's all I really had to say. Because earlier, those people, they were getting on my nerves.
You said
But
that
thank you,
I'm not
Tanya.
really sure what science has been created for two women to produce a child together.
Okay, well, they have artificial insemination.
But that
It's
sperm
not
still has to come
exactly
from a man,
natural.
doesn't it? It still has to come from a man, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I guess you do have a point. You do. That DNA is carried, but coming from people who have heels, we're able to see those certain things. Because I personally feel that you can activate certain parts of your DNA and deactivate the things that you might not feel is so good that is passed on genetically.
All right. I find it very interesting that the conversation of not birthing black boys or not or selectively birthing babies, etc., is the conversation is primarily being led by women who have already procreated.
Right. Okay, so in that, I want to say that I feel the reason I hold on so tightly in wanting black children is because I feel that when you have a child, it is a reflection of you. So when you mate with somebody of a different race, it's harder to see yourself
So,
because,
listen, so
it's
what are you
mixed.
going to do if 12 weeks in you see that the gender of the baby is male? What are you going to do?
I am still going to have my child because I center myself around people I feel are healthy, who are not toxic, especially black men. I'm very
I
weary
thought the
on,
goal was to stop. I thought the goal was to stop black males from coming onto the earth. So why are you still going to have that child then? I'm confused.
Okay, well, I might be jumbling my words up. I wouldn't say the goal is to stop bringing black men onto this side. The goal is to create healthy black men, not pacify them.
I
Create
see.
black men that are able to stand on their own and be providers, to be actual men.
I see. I
So until we
see.
can get that fixed, then yes, I'm all for stop
So,
birthing black babies. Until you learn how to raise a
unt-
human properly, stop having babies.
so how does a person raise a human properly?
They have to learn how to heal themselves. They have to learn how to raise themselves because a lot of us are traumatized by our parents and we don't go back and reprogram and unlearn those toxic behaviors that were passed down from, people who were in our lives that weren't the best for us. So in order to be able to teach a child, you have to be able to teach yourself first.
Okay. So you feel that you have the ability to circumvent because one of the arguments is that the culture is going to have a greater impact on your child than you can. So that even if you are the best parent whatsoever, they go out into the culture and the culture absorbs them. That's an idea that's being posited. So how do you stop your child from being absorbed into a culture that is very toxic?
Okay, you can't stop it because everybody is human. Everybody has the right to make their own decisions. But you, as a parent, can say, "Hey, I'm seeing you see this. This is not, acceptable. This is not necessary. You do not have to go out and do these same things, thinking that this is what's going to get you accepted." You have to be able to have that sit down and have that conversation with your child so y'all can come to an
But my
understanding.
question is, what is it that makes you feel that you are doing so vastly different that other people who have come before you and tried have not been able to do, and their sons have still gotten
Um,
sucked up into the culture?
Okay, well, me, like I said, I'm 22. I'm currently in the midst of my healing. I'm able to point out my own toxic traits and see from when I was young where my parents went wrong, and where like I'm able to reparent myself so I can know what's toxic and what's not toxic. So just from my own understanding, sitting with myself, learning myself, and seeing my own flaws,
Okay.
I'm able to come to a
So
better
you think it's the
understanding.
other people who need to stop birthing black boys, but you're good. So other people don't need to birth them,
No,
but you got the
no,
ticket.
Tanya.
You got the
What I'm
formula.
saying is, I feel like people need to heal before they have children. Heal
Oh,
before you
so
bring
you
any
can
more
have
babies
black
into this
children, but
world.
you just need to heal first. How does a person know when they've reached the optimal level of healing?
When they're okay with themselves, I feel like a lot of people, when they see somebody out, just being themselves authentically, they get triggered. Like a lot of things you were saying on this post, it brings up triggers. They're not sitting and asking themselves, okay, why am I feeling this way? Why am I getting triggered? What is the core issue? Am I okay with myself enough to recreate myself for the future? I hope
Okay,
this is
but
making sense.
I hear you. I wonder how many people out there feel that they're going to be a terrible parent before they actually become a parent. I wonder how many people out there feel that.
I really want to say, I'm not saying that anybody is purposefully a terrible parent or people are purposefully terrible parents, but if we look at the generations now and the way that they're heading, something went wrong. Something is going wrong. So why aren't we stopping and saying, okay, what are we doing, since we are the ones bringing in this newer generation? We are the ones who are creating the future. Where are we going wrong? Because I have one child, but I stopped after I seen, okay, this is not a healthy cycle. I have not had any more kids, and I don't plan on having any more until I'm fully healed within myself.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We appreciate your point of view. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So listen, I'm in. Oh goodness, another call is coming, and they're coming in back to back. I want to jump off of here and do my video. I want to do my video that I want to do. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Where are we going wrong?
Hello? I
Oh,
need you
can
to
you hear me?
talk to me
Hi.
through the
Yes,
phone,
can you
not
hear
the
me?
TV. Yes, you're on the phone. You're live. What's your name?
Oh, hi. I am Bridget from Florida.
Hi, Bridget. So talk to us. What is your comment?
Okay. First off, I want to piggyback on that young lady that just called
Okay.
about the diaspora war. I've
Okay.
seen it. I've heard it. Everything. Yes, I'm in Florida. Yes, it does exist. And I also thought it was problematic that you kept differentiating the two groups. I heard that as well. And I wanted to piggyback on that. I agreed. Now, I don't agree about just the music, because when you look at the numbers in Africa, there are many single mothers. In many African countries, there's many, many, many single mothers, black single mothers. So I don't think the treatment is any better, despite the music. The music is one thing, but there's still many
So
unwed.
hold on. I'm so sorry. Your name slipped my mind. Tell me it again.
Bridget.
Okay, Bridget. Um, One of the things that we've got to do is we've got to listen to what it is that we're responding to, right? If I am talking about a difference in the music, then what makes you think I'm talking about anything else other than the music? That's what we're talking about. So then you start saying, well, something else is this, that, and the other. But if I'm
Hmm.
talking about the music and how there is a difference in the number of, now there is an artist by the name of Naira Marley, right? And in his songs, he has black women with their butt cheeks out, bent over, jiggling, et cetera, et cetera. He's an African artist, right? I think he's Yoruba, as a matter of fact. I think he's from Nigeria, right? So now there's that artist, right? But this is an artist that, to my knowledge, came out in about 2019, something like that, right? Because I first heard his music then, right? And I noticed a difference between his music and the Afrobeats music that was coming out. And still, right? If we look at the vast number, so if I'm talking to you about the music, and the thing is that we've got to take emotion out of it. Is it true? Is it true that Black people in other countries, that 97% of their pop music is not referring to the women of their country as bitches and whores and sluts and putas and perras and these? Is that a
Yes,
true
that's
statement?
true, honey. That's true, but the
Okay.
treatment is still the
Right,
same.
right, 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 right. But if we're talking about a thing, then that is the only thing that we are positing. And if we can say that that is true, then what is different about the music? If we're just talking about music, then we're talking about the music. The music is something that is contained in and of itself in the conversation. Now, if we want to talk about other things, then we can start talking about single motherhood and what is the rate, and then we'd have to start pulling up numbers to be able to look at that. And then, is there a difference in the number of people who are left as single mothers in other countries versus other countries, and what is the difference? Why do certain people act a certain way in this environment versus this environment? So if we're going to be talking about Black people, we have to realize that there are Black people in Brazil, there are Black people in the Caribbean on the islands. There are Black people in Africa. There are Black people in Guatemala. There are Black people in Colombia. There are Black people in Panama. There are Black people in Nicaragua has a Black section, as well as Honduras. They have Black areas there too. So it's like, if we're going to talk about Black people, what are the differences? Why are Black women in the United States so heavily affected by fibroids? What is it about the life that exists in the United States? Are Black Latina women in different countries is affected by fibroids as well at the same rate? So it's like, if
Hold
we're going
on,
to
Tony. Can we stay on this topic,
Right.
please?
No, no,
I
no,
just
no.
want to stay.
I'm not changing the topic, but I'm giving you an example that if there is a thing that exists in an area, can we agree or ponder or even examine what is that thing that exists in that area and why does it exist that way? Is there something unique about the life experiences in the United States that produces certain outcome? Is there? That's the question.
Mhm. Mhm. I do think there is a difference between, and I do also agree with the First Amendment, right? Yes, but I also agree there is a difference in the way that the American Blacks are raised versus a Caribbean Black. I understand that there is a difference. Like for instance, the young lady did bring up a few different points, but I just wanted to piggyback on that and say I I also heard it, and the way you said it versus the way you're explaining it now is a little different. But with what you said on the panel, it sounded very much so like you were trying to differentiate the treatment. And for
The
what I heard,
treatment?
when I heard it, I said to myself, this sounds like she's trying to say there is a better treatment or a better way in the Caribbean. I don't know. I can't say, but I just that's the way I heard. But I know
This
that when
is,
you're
but you
on a
know what?
panel,
Just because you interpret something a certain way doesn't mean that it was even communicated that way. Everybody has their own filter through which they interpret what is being communicated. There's 7 billion people on the earth. You could say the same sentence to each of them and they will hear something different based on their own experiences. In the next
hmm
video that I'm going to be making, I would like to talk about some more things that are happening in this country. I would like for people, because you all know, I would love for you to be able to send me some videos of an African woman in a video calling another African content creator a bitch. This bitch, fuck her. I would love for you to send me a video of a Caribbean female content creator calling another female content creator from the Caribbean a
Tanya,
bitch.
that name calling is one thing, but
I'm sorry. I would love for you all to be able to send that to me because I'm seeing some things that happen here in the US among us that I don't see Black women doing in other places. I don't see it happening. And I want to figure out what is it about our experience here in the United States that makes us behave in the ways that we're behaving. What is it? Because I have personally I've personally I've never seen it. I have never seen an African content creator talking about that bitch, this bitch, that slut. I've never seen it. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Why is it? Why is it that we don't see Black female content creators behaving that way, backbiting and doing that? I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. And so listen. And so Mama is saying, Tanya, you have clearly never been to Africa. Please prove that I have never been there. Please prove that I've never been there, right? If there's anybody who feels that I am gaslighting, if there's anybody who feels that I'm passive aggressive and rude or et cetera, please don't be quote unquote gaslit then. Go someplace else. I unsubscribe, leave. There are 1,400 people on this broadcast on YouTube. There's 250 on Facebook. By all means, if you feel that I make no sense, that I'm senseless, that I'm xenophobic and all this other stuff, if that is what you feel, if you feel that I'm not making any sense, please go, leave. And let us who want to be here, who are enjoying the discourse and the dialogue, who understand what's going on here, let us be here and have the conversations with ourselves and be able to communicate in the ways that we like to communicate here. If you don't like it, by all means, you can bounce, right? I asked for a specific thing. I said, send me a content creator. Send me one. Send me an African content creator, female, who is calling another female African content creator here on this here YouTube a bitch and calling her out of her name. Send me the video, please. Please. Go to TanyaTKO.com and click on contact. Because you see, it's like we want to pretend as if the experience is the same in other places, but show me the content creators. By all means, show it to me. Because they may fight, they may argue offline, they may fight and go back and forth offline, but show me the videos that they are putting out online, calling each other. Show me a Brazilian person. There's Black people in Brazil. Show me the content creator, the female content creator who is calling another female content creator a bitch, a whore, a perra, a puta, all of that. Show me. Show me. And there's somebody who apparently doesn't know how to leave. I've already said that if you feel that I am gaslighting, then go. Go. It's that simple. If you feel that I'm not making sense and that I'm saying things specifically to attempt to trick you into feeling something that you know is true, if you know that what it is that you feel is true, then by all means prove it. Prove it. If you feel that I'm gaslighting, that means that you have the truth, right? It means that you have the truth. So if you have the truth and I'm spinning a lie as a gaslight, then prove it, please. I'm waiting for the emails. And Alpha Omega saying not even UK do that. There's no Black female content creator from the UK calling another Black female content creator all types of bitches in her videos. There's none. Please. If there is, listen, because I don't know. I want you to educate me. So if there is a Black female content creator, if there's a Black UK content creator, female, if there is a Caribbean Black female content creator, a Brazilian Black, a Latina Black, all over the world, anywhere. Listen, there are billions of people in this world. If you can show me, I would love to see it, because I have not personally seen it, so I don't know. But I would love, since there are 1,400 people on this broadcast, I would love for you to send me so that I would know. Because I want to figure out, what is it about being in this country that has us behaving this way? I'd like to see it. Somebody says yes, they do. So please show me. Send me the video. I'm refreshing right now. Okay. I'm not seeing any video. I'm not seeing the video. So if you all, I want you to, because the thing about it is, right? The thing about it is, why? What's happening with us here? And you know what? This is what we're going to talk about in the next video. This is what we're going to talk about in the next video. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about these things. So Madam is saying, you go back to the Caribbeans, right? Please prove where I was born for me to go back to someplace, please. It's like the ignorance is stupefying. It's stupefying. It's like, if you don't like what is on a person's channel, why are you on the channel? That's the thing. Why, if you don't like the way a man is treating you, why stay in the relationship with him? If you don't like the way a woman is treating you, a friend, an employer even, if you don't like the way you're being treated, right? Why stay there? It's like you are seeking out interactions that you don't like. You're seeking out to engulf yourself in energies you claim not to like. What is it about you and the misery that you're feeling on the inside that you want to be steeped in that type of environment? Why? Why? I'm curious. I don't see the answers, and I don't see anybody sending me a video. So all of this, right? And here we go. And this person who apparently is so inauthentic, ashy, you have been blocked. Because you see, the delusion is that people think that they're very intelligent, but they don't know US territories. They don't know the political system that exists in US territories. They don't even know that these are US territories. We got people who think that they're authentic, but they're betraying themselves and their own lack of rationale. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like I'm asking real questions. Sepang, you're in South Africa. Have you seen a Black female South African content creator calling another Black female content creator on YouTube all types of bitches? Have you seen it, Sepang? Who else? Who else? It's like I don't get it. It's like, what is it? Why are we afraid to ask the question? Why are we afraid of the truth? And yeah, I said, it says our culture here is terrible, but it's not the best everywhere else. And I'm telling you that there are some toxic parts of our culture that need to be addressed. And we can't go on the path towards healing if we're not going to address the truth about what exists and what we're steeped in. We can't. We can't. So Mika says she sent me a video. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Here. Unknown chop, V9 chop, Jimmy chop, KO chop. So you're talking about some music diss track. I'm talking about a content creator, not somebody who is making some sort of music where they're trying to hype up some sort of conflict. I'm talking about one human being talking to another human being. And so this person she did something called Refab Homerton Thought. All right, listen. Do you have any people who are not making music? I'm just talking about a content creator, not somebody who's trying to create some sort of song. Anyway. Okay, so I think somebody is saying, okay, so Wild Seed is saying, I'm Ethiopian. We don't talk like that. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of apples that have come in. Oh my, I didn't even realize. Let me refresh. All right, listen, we're going to jump out of here because the video that I want to see. Somebody says this channel is stressing you out. If my channel is stressing somebody out, alleviate your stress. What is that I hear? All right, so let's take a look at what we have. Let's take a look at what we have. All right, so Jennifer sends $5 and says very entertaining. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you. Mrs. Ikechi says Niger artists are as disrespectful as hip hop artists. By all means, send me the videos. Send you said that they are as disrespectful. Send me the links to the videos. I'd love to see this so that we can at least be on the same page. Okay, so send it to me. TanyaTKO.com. Click on contact because the only one I've seen has been Naira Marley. So by all means, show me the Afrobeats music calling black women bitches and whores and telling them to put their pussies up in the air. Otherwise, they got no value if they don't let their homies have intercourse with her too. Let's see that. Let's see that. Talking about getting neck on the highway and all of that. Please, by all means. Mrs. Ikechi says Niger artists are, oh, we just read that. And she says, maybe because you don't speak pidgin, you don't know. I understand pidgin. I'm Caribbean American. And wherever black people learned English, wherever black people started learning English, it seems like they speak very similar. So yes, I understand pidgin. I was in Nigeria and was able to get along just fine. Pidgin is very much like dialect and patois. Mrs. Ikechi says most West African men worship white skin. Okay. I can imagine any place colonized by white people would have this hankering for whiteness. Angelique sends 111 and says trying to call first time caller and have a lot to say. Unfortunately, the phone lines are closed at this moment and it's the luck of the draw who gets through. Uche says Nigerian artists do not use vulgar language, people. So we have one person, Ekechi, saying they do. Now you're saying they don't. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Uche comes back and says, for who say that they do, don't listen to Niger music. The music is sensual. It's not derogatory, not vulgar. It's no comparison to rap, R&B, and trap music. Nikki says, some love for the people too immature to listen to differing views. Okay, I appreciate it. Listen, thank you. Thank you. We're going to send you some love back. Listen. And Uche, we're going to send you some love back. So now so listen, send me, Akechi, send me a link to the videos of them calling Nigerian women bitches, whores, thoughts, and talking about pop your pussy, bitch. Let's please. I'd like to. And so Christina is saying, "Damn, Tanya, just go get therapies." You can go and get your therapy in the block party with the other people. It's simple. It's as simple as that. Because anybody who knows me, oh, is Cynthia G on the channel? Hello, Cynthia. How are you? I hope all is going well in your world today. Go to TanyaTKO.com, click on contact, and send me the link. Let's have so I see. Look, somebody is saying Tanya keeps deflecting away. Hey, listen. Look, if you think that I'm gaslighting, deflecting, a mammy, a pick me, a Tatiana, all of those things, please come out and start saying it now, because the block party has begun and there's going to be a lot of people going. And on the next person, I'm going to start walking up my backside for the next person. Anybody who knows me, and I've stated this in several videos, I get psychologically evaluated once a year, make sure everything is okay. And if there are any things that are going on during the year, I am not afraid to go in and get the assistance that I need to make sure that I am balanced and that I am able to emote and express and take all of these things off of my chest and heart and soul, etc. So listen, so who else? So the block party has begun. I'm looking for the comments right now. Come bring them. Come bring them. Come. I'm looking at the comments now. So let's see. Listen. This is not listen, I'm going to be jumping off of this video because this video was just me putting on my makeup. So I'm going to be jumping off of here and then coming back for the next video. So the video where we're actually doing a real video. All right, so listen, contact me, holla, because I'm jumping off of this video because this is not even a video. You all see I don't even have on my uniform. So I'm getting ready to put on my uniform and do a video. I want to make videos about the contents that I want to make. So listen, I'm looking for people who are wanting to get sent to the block party before we jump off of here. It's as simple as that. I'm looking. And here we go. Hold on, it's going by. Okay. Hold on. Here's somebody commenting from a fake account. You're not even going to get a block party. You're just going to get silently blocked. Let's see. I'm looking. So Nettie is saying, I think people want Sin and Tanya to beef. I don't like it. It's inappropriate. There's no beef here. Advo is saying, with all due respect, you were telling women to pull the pussy up. That's right. Grapple up your punani, come forward. That's what I said. I said, pull up on the pussy and come forward. Yes, I did. I'll say it again. I don't know. I'm not ashamed of anything that I say. Can we move on to the R. Kelly video? I'm getting dizzy, please. Listen, I understand you. I understand. And then Choco says she's always creating drama. You need to be more specific with who you're talking about, because if you want to get the block party, you need to be very specific. I don't know who you're talking about. There's no need for Black American hate in the comments. There's no need for you to feel hated by other people's opinions. People feel different ways. All right. So somebody's saying what I said about Nigeria is untrue. You just have to speak up about what is untrue. You have to educate people. But there are far too many people who salivate and chomp at the bit to try to embarrass people who don't know. If there's something that you feel that you know that other people don't, then by all means, educate them. All right. So I don't see anybody coming with their nonsense. Come forward because I want to jump off of here, but I want you to go to the block party before I go. All right. I don't see anyone. Now all of a sudden, all of those comments are quiet. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. How do we recognize a fake account? Some people you can tell because they have obviously fake thumbnails of weird looking faces and all types of foolishness. All right. All of a sudden, people quiet like a church mouse. Shh. Quiet. All right. So listen. All right. So I think we got it all together. So listen, if there's anybody here after this video, that means that you want to be here. And you have to ask yourself, why stay in a place where you feel so much angst? Why? All right. All right. There we go. Looks like there's no more. So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? What is the self-love lesson from this? Part of loving yourself is finding your tribe online. And listen, find your tribe online and stick with your tribe and stay amongst the areas and the people that you feel most comfortable, that are speaking the message that you want to hear, that are showing up in the ways that you want to show up. It's as simple as that. Go where you feel comfortable. Go where you feel camaraderie. Go where you feel your spirit being fulfilled and satisfied. Do that. Do that. Is there somebody said they sent a cash app? Hold on, I'm refreshing right now. I don't see it. So Terry is saying, I don't think anyone is scared. They just don't want to be blocked. That means that they're scared of being blocked. Don't be scared of being blocked. It's not death. Take it. Just take your block and go. This is simple. All right. So it looks like we do have some apples that have come in. So let's read the apples. All right. So Rashita sends $1 and says, look up requests in different ways. Intent had nothing. Internet had nothing. Oh, okay. Look up requests in different ways. Internet had nothing. Listen, I feel you. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we read those. That was Rashida. Okay, perfect. So let's get you a heart so I know I read that. Renee says, male-identified Black women call other Black women sexist slurs. That's an interesting theory. You know what I like? I like hearing theories, and then I like fleshing it out. Some of the things that you'll see me doing on this show is you will see me presenting the countering point of view to see what a person has to say. So you feel that male-identified women call other women sexist slurs. This would need to be examined and fleshed out. Is this true? Is this not true? And how do we prove that? Mika sends $5 and says, I sent you a video. Hey, Mika, I looked at the video. It was a UK artist making some song. And I'm talking about a content creator, a woman speaking to another woman and projecting her beef online, like really truly, not for a song or because she wants to make some money, but having this beef and feeling the need to express that out like that. That's what I want to see, just to see if it exists, because I've never seen it. I've traveled all around the world and I've never seen it. Samantha D says, we can disagree, Black women, and stay together. It's true. We can. Lakeisha sends $1 and says, self-love promoters shouldn't say average person is trash. No, they shouldn't. On that show, I had an epiphany. In the moments of epiphany, it's a stream of consciousness. And that is what I said in that moment. And I don't like calling human beings trash. I don't, you don't hear me talking like that on my channel. That was in response to what existed in that conversation where the word trash was used as a set of characteristics. And unfortunately, from what it is that I see and have come to this new train of thought about. And listen, we can flesh this out and see. I honestly think that there are a lot of Black women who exhibit characteristics of dustiness and of low vibration that makes it, that lets me know that we haven't been doing the work like we should have been doing. And it lets me know that we haven't been doing the work like we should have been doing, and that we need to focus more on Black women doing the healing. We need to focus more on that, because there are a lot of Black women who are hiding behind being women and being being accepted into the flock of on coldness. But there's a lot of Black women out there who are exhibiting problematic behaviors towards other women, towards children, towards men, towards their environment, towards family members. There's problematic Black women out there that are doing things that need to be self-examined. Nikki sends $1 and says, people claim to be pro-Black women, yet trying to instigate beef with Black women. And this is the thing. And you know what? You'd be surprised. It's not just, you'd be surprised. There are some people who say that they're for a thing, and they're absolutely for the opposite of that thing. And as a life coach, I see people who have cognitive dissonance. They really don't see how it is that they are showing up as that thing that they say that they detest. Okay, so I think I got all of the apples. All right. So if you send any apples after this point, I'll just catch it after we're off live. All right. So listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is find your tribe online. Listen to content that feeds your spirit, that makes you feel how you want to feel, learn the things that you want to learn, explore how you want to explore, who has the energy of the energy that you like to be steeped in. Do that. All right, so on that note, I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to get dressed and come back out because there's a lot of things that we need to discuss, and we spent much longer on this video than I had anticipated. So listen, on that note, I'm out. Speak to you later.